Hey team leaders, okay, so I know I have been promising you guys the 36 touch script role play for a recruiting appointment. Hopefully you have watched and already put into practice, I know several of you have, the economic model. So I don't have anybody to role play with, but I wanted to quickly kind of run through what the 36 touch recruiting appointment looks like that I have had a lot of success with, and I know several other team leaders that have too. So just kind of roll with me here and we'll pretend like I've got a recruit here. This is a script where I would use some sort of a value script to get them to actually meet and come to an appointment, let them know that I just want 30 minutes of their time to talk about their business and to show them a plan and a system and a model that they can follow to get more referrals and more repeat business from their database. That this is all going to be about helping them dominate their business and their industry while talking about their database. So once they're in, I would just, the normal, thanks for coming in. I know we're only going to stick to 30 minutes today. I'm really excited to meet with you and talk to you about your business. And today we're going to talk about your database. And I just kind of want to get to understand a little bit more of your database. And I want to share with you something that I feel like can help you with your business no matter if you are with Keller Williams or not. You can put this into place. So it isn't really about you coming to Keller Williams, although we have a system with this as a tool that we can help you kind of get to it a little bit more and more efficiently. However, you can put this into place anywhere. So the first thing I would talk to them about is just asking them how many people are in your database and what does that look like. So let's just say that they say we have 600 in the database currently. And I would say, okay, great, that sounds good. So I would say to them, so I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but every single consumer can name 3 realtors off the top of their head now. So they know 3 in their brain automatically. You just have to be the first. Because if you're not the first, it doesn't really matter because they're going to say one name first. So in order for you to be the first, the National Association of Realtors says that they have to be touched 36 times in a 12-month time frame. So 36 times in a 12-month time frame. And I would say to them, like, are you touching your database 36 times? We all know they're going to say no. So I'm going to say, okay, perfect. So this is what I want to show you today to help you be able to figure out exactly how to do this and get together like a pre-planned calendar that will help you with this. Because here's the other thing too, and this is something you always want to share with them because a lot of times they don't remember this, they don't know this. So the purpose of us touching our database previously in the last several years was because we wanted to get repeat business. Okay, well that was when people were moving every 3 to 5 years. So we wanted to touch them, we wanted to nurture our database because we wanted them to buy from us again when they went to sell. Okay, so here's what all agents, recruits specifically, need to understand. Now, our clients are moving every 7 to 10 years. So just touching them to get their repeat business is not enough to sustain our business as agents. We have to nurture them and touch them because we want their referrals. Does that make sense? So we used to touch them because we wanted their repeat business, and we still do, but we really want to touch them and nurture them now because we need them to send us referrals. We want to be the go-to agent, the realtor that they think of if they know anybody that's thinking of buying or selling. So basically what I would say is, okay, so if it's okay with you, I want to be able to share with you what a 36 touch system looks like. And they're usually like, yes, that sounds great. I don't know what that is. So then I'm going to get into the 36 touch. So the 36 touch looks like this for those of you that do not know. It consists of 4, and this is what you're going to do in a 12-month time frame. It consists of 4 phone calls, and here's the deal, Mr. or Mrs. Recruit. Gary Keller says these 4 phone calls are the non-negotiable of all of the things that we're going to, all the 36 touches. These are the non-negotiables of the touches. You have to do the phone calls. So you're going to look at 4 and you're going to do them quarterly. So once a quarter, you need to be calling your database. And here's the thing, of the once a quarter, 2 times you're just checking in. You are not asking for a referral, okay? You're literally just checking in. The other 2 times, you're gonna find a script where you're gonna ask for a referral. And like on my team, we call these call days. We block out 2 days a year where we have call days. And then I always give them a little bit of a tip on this. On the just checking in ones, we use what's called Sly Broadcast. And all agents, most of the time recruits have never heard about Sly Broadcast, so this is such a great thing for you to, a good value piece for you to be able to give them. Sly Broadcast is where you can leave one pre-recorded voicemail. Sly Dial is free. It's like if your phone has ever rang, or if you got a voicemail but your phone didn't ring, you got Sly Dialed. Then this company created Sly Broadcast, which is where you can leave one pre-recorded voicemail, and I believe it's 6 cents per phone number. So I don't have a calculator with me, but it's super cheap. Whatever 6 cents is, we do it for really, really cheap for our events. So on the just checking in, this might be a time where you're just checking in with your database. You're just saying, hey, it's Dana from Ginger Jackson and Associates at Keller Williams. We just wanted to say we hope that you're having a great summer, and just checking in. I hope everything's going great with you and your family. If there's ever anything you need, we're here. No need to call us back. We just wanted you to know we were thinking about you. Hope you have a great day. Then period, the end. So you can Sly Broadcast these voicemails and send those to everyone in your database on the 2 times that you're just checking in. The other 2 times you actually want to call because you're going to ask for a referral. So of the 36, we've got 4 phone calls. Then we have 2 client events. So this has changed this year in 2018. It used to be 1 client event a year, and now Gary Keller says that we need to have 2 because the absolute best way to get repeat and referrals from our database is from a face-to-face, even more so than a phone call. So this is up to 2 client events a year. So I know a lot of mega agents, we do Cookies with Santa. It's a big success. Last year we had over 250 people. People are doing fall, like, what am I trying to say? Bashes or fall flings, or what am I trying to say? Like Oktoberfest, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, fall celebrations. You can do summer pool parties. Another big one of these that people are doing are the renting out a movie theater and doing a big movie room. That's a great idea for 2 client events. So you've got your 4 phone calls, your 2 client events, and I always give the recruit examples and give them ideas like this because remember, they're only meeting with you for 30, 45 minutes, whatever time frame you set, and the whole purpose is just to build that relationship and for you to give them value. That's it. We're not talking about bringing them to Keller Williams. We're just giving them value. So then next we have 26 bi-weekly emails. So here's the thing I want to tell you about this, and I actually got this from Tony DeCello. So most mega agents are doing weekly emails. So they're taking it up a notch from the 36 and they're doing weekly emails. The best thing that I have found with this is MailChimp. I always tell them about MailChimp. I think it's so great, and you can track everything in there. So here's the thing with this. Of the 26 bi-weekly emails of your touches, this is the biggest thing you want to let them know. They do not want to pass information. And what I mean by that is they need to interpret. And I knew I had to do this because I don't know how to spell interpret. You guys don't know how to spell it. Interpret the information. So what that means is a lot of realtors are bad about sending these emails and saying, the rates are up, the rates are at 4.25, or did you know that buying a point, or closing cost, or this or that, or the market is this or the market is that. The general public, they don't understand any of that stuff. They don't know what that means. So we've got to get really good as realtors at interpreting that information, not just passing it, if that makes sense. And I always tell them that. So 26 bi-weekly emails, these can be holiday emails, market updates, new listings, open houses, whatever. I'm trying to kind of go fast so you guys can see, but these weekly emails can be local events. If you just want to try to have some that aren't about real estate, which I think is a great idea too. So your 26 emails. So we've got 4 phone calls, 2 client events, and 26 bi-weekly emails. And then what we have left are 4 promotional items. And or some people call these items of value. So this would be pop buys. A lot of agents are still doing pop buys, which we do them. We have a lot of great success with them. So pop buys. We also do magnets. We do football schedule, basketball schedule, back to school magnets. This might be a neighborhood market update. So you might run comps for each neighborhood and specifically send to these people. This is an RPR of exactly what your house is worth right now. So any sort of, I mean, this can be pumpkins, this can be poinsettias, this can be any sort of, you know, all those little pop buys. I mean, we did t-shirts and sparklers for 4th of July, you know, any sort of like a holiday pop buy. Hopefully you guys can read this, but any sort of holiday pop buy, whatever you want to do is just some sort of promotional. This is just giving them some sort of item of value. So in a nutshell, this is the 36 touch. This is what we need to follow in order to touch our METs in our database. And remember, I always define a MET as if you see them in Kroger and they see you in Kroger, they're going to say your name and you're going to say their name. You know who they are. Not opposed to, not exactly just like, I don't put open house people in my METs category of the database because just because they came through the open house, if we saw them in Kroger, we probably won't know each other. So remember, this is what you're going to do to touch all of your METs, and this is to get you to be the number 1 agent that they think of when they hear anybody thinking about buying or selling. So then typically I give them just a couple of other little tips. I always kind of tell them, I tell the recruit about the 4 laws of a database, and I just say, you might just want to write this down. And I always kind of just tease them with this and say, we can kind of talk about this next time that we meet. But the first one is to have a database. A lot of people, believe it or not, don't. And I always say, you know, we can go into more detail with this later, but I just want to give you these right now. So number 1 is have a database. Number 2 is feed it every day, which basically means adding new people to it. Number 3 is to nurture the database and systematically. That's the biggest thing, is that you want to nurture it systematically and get these automatically set up to where they're a system. And then the last part of the 4 laws of database is your follow-up, is to follow up with every lead that comes through. And those are basically the 4 laws of a database. So at this point, I've told them the 36 touch, I've given them the 4 laws of a database, and then I usually just kind of wrap it up with them by being able to share with them this, and I want to make sure I get it right for you guys. I kind of have it memorized, but I mumble jumble through it. So the biggest thing is that we need to communicate to our people that we are the only ones that they need to call when they need anything. So we need to just train them to call us, because here's the script that you're gonna say. And this is I always end with giving them this script, and I have them write all this stuff down, because if you're writing it down, they're not soaking it in. Remember, they need to be able to write this stuff down. So here's the script. Hey, Mr. or Miss Past Client, here's the deal. You're gonna bump into 6 to 8 people this year that are going to buy or sell real estate. And I just want to ask that you simply remember me when you hear those people. So when you hear in 1 year, you're going to bump into 6 to 8 people that want to buy or sell, and I just really want you to remember me. And please call me, text me, email me, whatever that is. I want to be on the top of your mind, because I love doing business with you, so I know that I would love doing business with anybody that you know also. And so I give them that script, I let them write that down, and then I kind of just let all this soak into them, and I just say, okay, so I really wanted to keep it at 30 minutes today. I know that's what I promised you. Are you doing anything like this right now? Do you feel like this is going to be of value to you? Would you be open to us meeting again to kind of discuss what this might look like to be able to implement this into your business? it's just something to give them a little bit of value. And everyone loves this. This usually makes them want more, makes them want to meet with you again. They're not getting this from their brokers or from their managers or whatever they're at right now. So this typically works really good. And I will say Sheila Baker just got a capper, almost a mega, but not a mega, but definitely a capper. We did the 36 touch with her, and it works, guys. It really works. I would advise you to memorize this or try to get close to it. It's okay if you have a little book when you're meeting with them, but you need to know what you're talking about and be able to give them the examples. This is where like the getting gets good, when you can give them some things that they don't already have. So I hope that this helps. We can talk about it on Zoom. If you need anything, let me know. If you have any questions about this, just text me, email me, call me. Between the economic model and the 36 touch, these should be two really, really easy recruiting appointments for you guys that you can just give them value and nail every single time. So I hope this was helpful, and we will talk about it more. And if you need anything, holler at me. Thanks, you guys. See you later.